Hello and welcome to my obligatory pre-rollout roll call video. But, well, I kind of thought, well, why don't I do it as a chewing the fat instead? Because I haven't done a chewing the fat in a while, and chewing the fat is my sort of occasional series where I switch a camera on, I sit in front of it and I blah 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 blah, I talk crap for 15-20 minutes and get a few things off my chest and explain to you guys current events that are going on in my life as a Transformer collector. So yeah, chewing the fat. I haven't done one of these for a while. Yes. Chewing the fat. Right. Rollout roll call, that's the main focus of this particular chat. It's on in a couple of days' time. I'm recording this on the Tuesday evening, and it sort of starts on the Friday evening, and then it's kicking off properly at 10 o'clock on the Saturday morning. But I'm going down to it on Saturday morning. I live about 80 odd miles away from the Radisson Blue Hotel near Heathrow. It's a very simple trip for me to do. I've just got where I live, I just jump on the M40, M25, M4, and I'm there. It's probably going to take me about an hour and a half to get down there in the car. So it's not really that much bother to get to. So the damn sight easier to get to the Jury's Inn at Southampton. But yeah, roll call. When I realised the news that the convention's date and location had moved from, like, say, 6 weeks after the main Birmingham convention, its usual place in the first weekend in October to, sort of like the second weekend in July, and it moved from the Jury's Inn in Southampton to the Radisson Blue Hotel in Heathrow. I thought, what the hell's going on? And it threw me for a loop, like it did quite a lot of other people, because it was, I was saving my money up for TF Nation, and I thought, well, I can't really go. I can't afford to do both of them, and I really wanted to do both. But then when I sort of stood back and I looked at it logically, and I thought, well, actually, I can afford it. So I looked at my finances, because obviously this year I changed my bot buying strategy. I've got a lot more disposable income to play with this year, and I've been spending it like water on mostly transforming toys that I've bought online off eBay or from Kapow or wherever, and I've been buying all the bots that I want. I've been indulging in a lot more KTRT stuff, but I sort of have a budget of around about £400-500 to play with every month, and I thought, well, if I be a bit savvy and if I, let's say, save a bit of money on a particular month, like I think in April I didn't only spend about £380, so I had a 100 and something quid left to play with, and with that I managed to buy my ticket for rollout roll call and book the hotel. So that was that. Then it was a case of, how do I find the money, spending money, how do I arrange the spending money? So again, looked at my finances and I thought, well, July and August are the convention months, right? You've got rollout roll call in July, TF Nation in August. Now my money for TF Nation is all sorted. It's all done and dusted. It's all sewn up tight. It's I don't need to worry about it, because I've got an extra bank account, and I just set up a standing order, transferring a little bit of money over to it every month, and that little pot of money's been steadily building up, and probably have about £750 spending money for TF Nation. So that's all done and dusted. But July. Now, I like to buy my KTRT bots, and I have this rough rule of thumb that I like to buy at least 2 KTRT bots a month. And even though I've sort of reeled in the amount I've spent this particular month, July, so that I can better use that money to spend at rollout roll call, I'm still buying my KTRT bots. So, July the 1st, I bought 2 KTRT bots, and I've bought a couple of comics as well. So I've spent about 80 odd quid of my allowance on that, and next month I will buy again another 2 bots, but the rest of the money next month will be sort of free, because my money's already sorted for TF Nation. So I might be able to sort of transfer some of the money I was going to spend in August back to July. But the way I see it, I should have about £400 available to spend at Rollout Roll Call, and if I sort of get £100 off the credit card and put with it, that'll give me about £500. So I should have a fair chunk of money to spend at Rollout Roll Call, and I've been to, this is the third Rollout Roll Call I've been to. I went to the first one in 2014. I only went down on the Sunday. I was a bit disappointed by it because this was my second convention I'd been to. I'd been to Auto Assembly, you know, about a month or so previous, and Auto Assembly, you know, a big convention. And Rollout Roll Call was tiny. It was so compact, and I was very shocked at how small it was. And you know, it's just, you know, it's on the 5th floor of this high-rise hotel, and it's just like, you come out the lift, there's a little bit of a lobby, and then you've got like a room in the back where they had the panels, then you've got a short corridor with a couple of rooms coming off which had the dealers in, and then a room in the bottom where they had all the guest artists and people. And it was so small and tiny, and there wasn't that many YouTubers there that I knew, you know. It was kind of boring, the first one, so I wasn't that impressed by it. But anyway, that was 2014. 2015, I thought, right, I'm going to make more of an effort to do Rollout Roll Call. So I went down for the weekend, spent a night in the hotel, same facilities, the same sort of setup as before, but there was a lot more people there. There was a lot more YouTubers. I mean, like Few Adams turned up, and Bisto Yeti. You know, there was some really... Smizno Dave's always there, and so was Brad, Xelian XLR. So there was a good crowd of you know YouTubers there, and it was a really good laugh, and it was a brilliant convention. But now this year, 2016, yeah, Dave Tree has broke his back organising this new convention. He decided, right, this is the 7th year we've held Rollout Roll Call, let's make it a big one. And they decided to get a much bigger venue, so they've booked the Radisson Blue Hotel, which is right next door to Heathrow in London. It's a lot more accessible, easier to get to. It's right on the periphery of probably one of the biggest capital cities in the world, so you've got all these people that are within easy reach of it. Yeah. Now, I can totally understand him changing venues. Totally on board with that. What I don't understand is why he picked this weekend, the second weekend in July, instead of his more normal first weekend in October. Because by doing that, he's kind of excluded certain people who might otherwise have wanted to come. Because now that it's before TF Nation, a lot of people would have been saving their pennies up to go to TF Nation, and then all of a sudden, oh, Rollout Roll Call 6 weeks before TF Nation. Oh, I can't go because I can't afford it, you know. Or perhaps they might have had some other event on this weekend that they are attending and they can't make it. So there's a variety of reasons why people, well, as many people as would wanted to go to Rollout Roll Call couldn't because of reasons. So I think by moving it to the date that he did, he's kind of shot himself in the foot a little bit. But I would like to speak to Dave at the event and just ask him about this. And I'm sure he has a very sound reason for picking this particular weekend. Probably there was some contractual agreements with the visiting artist. They could only make it that particular weekend. Probably something like that. Or perhaps the Radisson Blue. He wanted the slot in October, but it wasn't available, so they had this slot in July, and he might have got a really good deal on it. I don't know. There's obviously some very sound reasons why he picked this weekend. I'm just curious to know exactly why he picked that particular weekend, and yeah, so that's that. But anyway, I can afford it. I'm going. I don't know who else is going to be there. I know Few Adams has said that he's going, so that's great. Smithno's going to be there. Now, Mr. John 35 has threatened to make an appearance on the Sunday, so I really want to meet him. He's been a long time subscriber of mine. He's also a fellow sort of car booter. He likes going car booting and picking stuff up at car boots. So I really want to meet John Penfold. Really looking forward to meeting you, John. But I don't know who else is going to be there, to be honest. And I'm not on Facebook, so I can't go on Transformers and such and TFYTC and listen to see the posts of people who are saying they're going. So I don't know who's going to be there, but there's going to be a couple of other people there who I want to meet. Most notably, my mate James Lai from Me and Max Love Toys. Obviously, met him at Auto Assembly last year. Bought a couple of things off his stall. He gave me a bit of a bargain on both of them, and he's a subscriber of mine. Has been a subscriber of mine for ages, and he really likes my videos. So hello, James. I missed you at Rollout Roll Call last year because you couldn't attend. Your friend was looking after your stall, but you're here this time, so I'm really looking forward to catching up with you. Definitely. So I've got people to talk to and socialise with, so that's great. It will be interesting to see how this new convention works for Rollout. I mean, I'm glad that it's got bigger, because Rollout before, it was just, yes, it was compact and cosy, and Dave Mentz said he preferred that to the big open expanse that was Auto Assembly. He preferred it to be, because it keeps people together and socialising more closely. But there wasn't really at Rollout Roll Call in the jury's in. There wasn't a seating area where you could sit down and play with your toys, have a drink and chat. There was a bar down on the ground floor, but you had to go up and down in the lift, and it wasn't right next to the convention area, which was a bit of a... There wasn't really anywhere to sit down, which is a bit of a pain. But this new one looks like there is, the dealer's area is next to this the place where the guests are, and then I think there's a bar or a seating area off to one side. So it should be, again, fairly centralised, but it should still be more space, more stuff, and you just look at the things they've got planned. It's more than just Transformers. It's G.I. Joe and Boss Fight Studios, and there's all these other things going off. So it's just the bomb. It's a great convention for collectors and lovers of toys. If you want to go, just go, and you'll love it. You'll really enjoy yourself, and you can spend some money, buy some toys, and everything's hunky dory. So yeah, I'm going. Like I said, I'm hoping to get there about 9:30 on the Saturday morning, and I'll get my ticket, and then 10 o'clock we'll get on with it. Now, before I go any further, something I wanted to talk about as well in this Chewing the Fat is I had a really good month last month buying bots. I don't do these unboxing videos. I don't do my end of month haul videos like I did last year. But I thought, well, I had such a good haul of bots last month, I wanted to show them off. And I've got the list here. Obviously, some of these I've reviewed, and the first guy to arrive, Hello Carbots, Santa Fe Ace. So I've got him. And then, well, obviously, and managed to pick up salvage as well. Now, there's a little video clip I will show you in a bit. Right, there's a little video clip I'll show you in a bit. I'm sort of doing this in the wrong order. I want to go back to Rollout Roll Call in a bit, but yeah. Anyway, I bought this guy, reviewed him. He's really cool. I like watching the show, and he's one of the characters I wanted to get, so I managed to get hold of him. And then another KTR T-Bot. I got Robot Trains DXK, got him. And where are we going? Ah, yes. And then I got this fella. I got King Guys. Ridiculous thing. A carbot that doesn't transform into a car. But he is a quadruple changer, and he has some rather unusual beast modes. But yeah, he's I don't know, he's interesting, shall we say. And right, so moving on. Yeah, obviously this guy turned up, Planet X Triton. He arrived, pre-order that I got back in April. And right, now, on the floor in my bedroom, I've got this box. Now I call this the box of unopened bots, because just lately when I've been buying a transformer, for some reason I don't open it, I just chuck it in this box. So what have we got in this box? Right. We have got Combiner Wars Legends Shockwave. Right. We've got Combiner Wars Wheeljack. Transformers Adventure Thunderhoof. Transformers Adventure Quillfire. X-Transbots Arcos. Mackie Toys Gundog. And another bot I picked up, Bisto knows about this, Micromaster Red Hot, the replacement. And I got a couple of other bits in this box. I've still got DX9's Terror in here, unopened. And that little How You Can Draw Transformers book I picked up at a car boot sale, which I'm going to get signed at TF Nation by Simon Furman and Guido Guidi. So yeah, got those. I also got Shark on. I got Crazy Bolt. Now, you'll probably notice something's missing, because all the Minicon launcher parts are in this little bag. Yes, I've neutered him. I've took the Minicon launching gimmick off. I haven't applied any paint apps to him yet. I need to get hold of some more paints because I want that glowing sort of blue Energon colour to do the rings around the wheels and put some red tail lights on. So still a bit of work to do on this, but yeah, it can't launch Minicons anymore. And the last bot I bought this month, TFCC Ultra Mammoth. Woo! Yeah, now I've got quite a lot of Optimus Prime toys, and the main reason I collect Optimus Prime toys is for the engineering on the toys, on the engineering on them. I quite like. Don't necessarily like the character, but thing with Optimus Prime is his molds get repainted into other characters like Nemesis Prime or Ultra Magnus, and I saw the big convoy mammoth transformer from Beast Wars Neo. Is it Beast Wars Neo or Beast Wars 2? And I thought I'd like one of those because the robot looks amazing. And then I saw the TFCC version and I thought, these colours just totally work for me. I've got a right colour boner going for this. So yeah, I got this from America for about 60 odd quid. I mean, it's got a nice chromey matrix in there. Total shell former. He's also a parts former because all the top of the elephant comes off and forms this weapon thing. The alt modes are complete and utter brick. And it's a bugger to get it back into elephant mode because the panels don't quite line up properly. But look at that bot. Oh, look at it. It's incredible. And he was the last bot I picked up this month. I mean, last month. But yeah, speaking of buying bots, obviously, going back to Rollout Roll Call, I said, I've got to save my money. And yeah, Titans Return figures are hitting the stalls. And I usually go on this little walk around the shops when I go up to Bury at the weekend. And I was up at the weekend and I did a wander around and I thought, oh, I'm just going to have a look. What have they got on the shelf in Smith's up at Bury? And this is what I saw. Well, I'm here in Smith's, hoping to see if there's any Titan Returns figures on the shelf, but they ain't got a lot here, to be honest. Combiner Wars, RID, but we have got Titans Return Sentinel Prime. So they have got something, but to be honest, I'm
let's resist the urge to buy, because obviously I'm going to be able to fill my boots next weekend at Rollout Roll Call. So yeah, moving on.
Yeah, so as you can see, they only had Sentinel Prime, and I had to bite my fingers because I really wanted to buy it, but I thought, no, I'll have plenty of opportunity to pick this guy up at Rollout Roll Call or TF Nations. So save your money because you're going to be spending it elsewhere. So that was that. And another little thing I want to put right on the end of this video, Bisto Yeti, his Transform of the Week, he did Cyber Shark, and I put a few comments underneath because I got one in the Tom Henson bot lot, and after seeing that review, I'd also seen a Mega Supremes review of it. He did a couple of weeks ago as well, because he did a review of it, and I thought, because I'd looked at the toy and I thought it was kind of bland, because I just pulled the the shark nose down to form the chest plate, and I thought, well, that's it. But when I saw other people review it, they took the chest, the shark nose off, and all this glorious detail on the chest, and then it's got hidden missiles and all these other things, and I thought, oh wow, I've got to get one. So Bisto, yes, he's now part of the collection and he's on the shelf, and if you want proof, look at this. Yep, so that is only the second bot from the Tom Henson bot lot that I've brought into my collection. Only 2 bots are now in my collection. But anyway, let's wrap this up. I've talked for long enough. This is over 20 minutes. Yeah, Rollout Roll Call this weekend. I'm going. I am planning on taking some, doing some take-along bots. A couple of my KTRT bots. I'm thinking of taking some along to Rollout Roll Call and TF Nation. Well, I think, King guys, I think people might want to have a closer look at this thing, because he is kind of fun to transform him into his 4 different modes, and you can do it quite quickly because he's quite intuitive and it's easy to transform. So you can like whip him through from robot to eagle mode to shark mode to lion mode and back to robot mode quite quickly, and I think that would be quite a challenge to put to some people. So I'm thinking of bringing this guy along, and there's a few other bots I'm planning on bringing as well. So yeah, but if you're going to Rollout Roll Call and you'd like to have a closer look at some of my KTRT bots, then put a comment down below, and I will endeavour to bring it along if there's a particular bot that you want a closer look at. So yeah, that's it. I've been TFR Wilderness, and this has been my Chewing the Fat, and if you're going, I will see you at Rollout Roll Call at the weekend. So, ta-da.